Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to automate content creation from Webhook data using OpenAI and add data in Google Sheets. So do you also wish to generate content with OpenAI? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I want the same. So I'm running a digital marketing agency and creating high quality blogs and articles is our key service. And to do this, I have attached a content request form on my website. So now what I want is that as soon as that form is submitted and the response is captured, automatically with the help of the same details, the content should be generated with the help of OpenAI, and that content should be added in my Google Sheets so that my team can review and edit it and then finalize it and send it to my clients. So for this, we are going to create a connection between Webhook by Pabbly, OpenAI and Google Sheets. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to understand how to automate content creation from Webhook data using OpenAI and add details in Google Sheet. So yes, I'm running a digital marketing agency, and in our agency, creating high quality blogs and articles for client is the key part of our service. So to streamline this process, I want to set up this automation that generates content and draft using OpenAI. So what I want is that whenever clients submit a content request through our website form, the details are captured via Webhook, and this information is sent to OpenAI, which generates relevant content based on client's brief. So this generated content is automatically added to Google Sheets, where my team can review and edit and also finalize the article before delivering it to the client. So to do all of this, simply have opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and as soon as we are going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as automate content creation from Webhook data using OpenAI and add data in Google Sheets. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for the trigger application, I am going to select it as Webhook. So Webhook is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to connect applications with your Pabbly's workflow which are not integrated with Pabbly Connect. So now it is asking me for the trigger event. So I'm going to select the trigger event as catch Webhook. And now as soon as we are going to select this, it is giving me a Webhook URL. So we are going to use this same Webhook URL in order to create a connection between an application and our Pabbly's workflow. So what we have to do is we have to first copy this Webhook URL and then we have to open our application. So let's suppose that, for example, I'm using Pabbly Form Builder right over here. So yes, Pabbly Form Builder has a connection and integration with Pabbly Connect automatically, but I'm just using it as an example application. So you can use any another application which is not integrated with Pabbly Connect. So let's suppose I'm going to use Pabbly Form Builder, and over here you can see the form that I've already created. So now to connect this with our workflow, what we have to do is from the left sidebar, we are going to go on integration application, and we are going to open this in a new tab. And now I'm going to open integration, and from here we have to go and create webhook. And now it is asking me to add the webhook, so we are going to paste the webhook URL right over here, and then we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully added the webhook URL, and we have successfully created a connection between our application and our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, I have to do a test submission. And in order to do this test submission, what I want is I'm going to open my Pabbly form builder again, and now I'm going to open the form and do the test submission. So I'm going to fill in the form as a client, as a demo client. So for the client name, I'm going to keep it as demo user. For the client email, I'm going to keep it as demo user 22@pabblytudes.com. For the company name, I'm going to keep it as Pabbly Tudes. For the content type, over here you can see there are two options, blog or article. So I'm going to select it as blog. It is asking me for the target audience, so I'm going to keep it as fitness trainers. Over here you can see that it is asking me key topics or keywords, so I'm going to enter the same. It is asking me for the tone of voice, so I'm going to keep it as formal right over here. It is saying specific instructions or guidelines, so I'm going to keep the same as this right over here. And after filling in this form, I'm going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see your message submitted successfully. So this means that we have successfully did the test submission. So let's suppose that my client has filled in these details, and now we are going to get these details right over here in our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of this test submission or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of this test submission. You can see the tone of the voice, the target audience, and you can see another details that we entered, the client name, company name. Over here you can see the content type, you can see the keywords, you can see the guidelines, and you can see the email too that we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and we have successfully received the response. And now what we are going to do is I want to generate the content with the help of the same details. So I'm going to select my action application as ChatGPT right over here. So I'm going to search for ChatGPT, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select ChatGPT. And as soon as we are going to select this, again it is asking me for the action event, so I'm going to select it as ask ChatGPT, and again we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your ChatGPT account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. So over here to get the token, we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key which you need. So as you can see, I'm just going to open this hyperlink which is OpenAI API keys page. So I'm going to open this right from here, and as you can see that already I have created a key which is test, but I'm going to create a new. For that we are going to go and create secret key, and now it is asking me for the name of the key. So let's suppose I'm going to keep it as testing right over here. And now for the project, I'm going to select it as this, and after doing this we are going to click on create secret key. And as soon as we are going to click on create secret key, yes, you can see that this is my API key. So I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting our key, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our ChatGPT account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm going to keep it as GPT-4 only. You can select any one of your wish. And after selecting this, it is asking me for the prompt. So I want the prompt to be this, write a, but as you can see that this is really incomplete. I have to write a blog right over here. But instead of writing this blog manually, I'm just going to map it. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Webhook by Pabbly as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example that over here I want to write a blog right over here. So for that, let's suppose that I'm going to enter write a blog right over here manually. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But let's suppose that I'm going to map blog from the previous response. Suppose over here you can see the content type blog. So let's suppose that we are going to map this from the previous response. Then this will definitely change with every new response received because now this has turned dynamic, and now with the help of this we can successfully run our workflow in real time. So yes, let's suppose that in this test submission it was write a blog, but in the next test submission the content type can be article too. So that's why we have mapped it right over here. We are going to map the target audience too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, fitness trainers, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the keywords too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same, so we are going to map it. And as you can see, the tone of the voice, so we are going to map the same also. As you can see, formal, so we are going to map it. Over here you can see the instructions and guidelines, so we are going to map this too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same, so we are going to map it. And after mapping all of this, it has become write a blog. Over is the target audience, the keywords, tone of voice, and the rest of the details. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our prompt, and now we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see over here we have successfully received a positive response. And as you can see, the message content, so I'm going to open this, and yes, you can see that this is the content generated with the help of ChatGPT. So yes, we have successfully created a blog content right over here. And now what I want is that I want to add this same content in my sheets right over here. I'm going to show you my sheets. I want to add it right over here in generated content. So I'm going to go back to my workflow, and after successfully completing this action step, we are going to add another action step right over here so that I can add the details in my Google Sheets too. So for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets right over here. So I'm going to search for it, and as you can see, the same, so we are going to select it. And as soon as we are going to select it, it is asking me for the action event. So I'm going to select it as add new row, and then we are going to click on connect again. And as you can see, again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me again. Click on add a new connection and then sign in with Google. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in with Google, it is going to ask me for the Gmail account. And as soon as I'm going to select the Gmail account associated with my Google Sheets, then it is going to ask me for some permissions like this. So now I'm going to click on allow button and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet and the sheet. So here you can see the name of my spreadsheet is content creation request. So I'm going to select the same right over here, which is content creation request. And as soon as we are going to select the spreadsheet, it is going to give me the option to select the sheet. So I have only a single sheet, so that's why we are going to select the same. And now it is asking me for the client name, email, and all the details which we have entered in our columns in our sheets. So yeah, I'm going to map all of these details. So for the client name, I'm going to look for name, and as you can see, name, which is demo user, we are going to map it. We're going to map the client email right from here. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the company name. I'm going to look for company name. As you can see, the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the content type right over here. As you can see, blog, we are going to map it. We are going to map the target audience too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same, so we are going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, it is asking me to map the generated content. So over here, I'm going to map it from the previous response of my ChatGPT. So I'm going to open this response, and from here we have to map this message content. So yes, you can see that I've successfully mapped this, and now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully added all of these details in our Google Sheets. So I'm going to open my sheets and check for the details added. And yes, you can see the details have been added over here. You can see the client name, client email, company name. You can see the content type, the target audience, and the generated content. So as you can see that this is the title of the content, and over here is the rest of the blog. And as you can see that this is the full blog that we have received from our response of our ChatGPT. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we are going to do is I'm going to open my form again right from here, and we are going to do another test submission with the new details. So let's suppose that for the client name, this time I'm going to keep it as test user. For the email, I'm going to keep it as test user @pabblytudes.com. For the company name, we are going to keep it as PabblyCon this time, so I'm going to enter it. And now for the content type, I'm going to keep it as article. And now it is asking me for the target audience, so I want it to be this, which is organic and natural product seekers. And now for the keywords, I want it to be this. And now for the tone of voice, I want it to be friendly this time, so I'm going to enter it. And now it is saying specific instructions or guidelines, so I'm going to enter it. This highlight the benefits of organic skincare, key natural ingredients and another. So yes, after doing all of this, I'm going to click on submit again. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, you can see your message submitted successfully. So this means that we have successfully did another test submission. And this also means that Pabbly Form Builder has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further generated the content for our client and added that same content in our Google Sheets. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets and check that if the content has been added there or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Google Sheets right from here only. And as soon as we are going to do this, yes, you can see another content added over here. And yes, you can see the client name, test user, so this is the new name that we entered. You can see the email, the company name, the content type, which is article, and also you can see the target audience. And yes, over here is the generated content. You can see the same content with the same keywords, the same tone of voice, and you can see all the generated article right over here. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and we have successfully tested our workflow too. And now I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. For the trigger application, we selected Webhook by Pabbly. For the trigger event, we selected Catch Webhook. For the action application, we selected ChatGPT and Google Sheets because I wanted that as soon as a new content creation request form is submitted, automatically with the help of the same details, the content should be generated with the help of ChatGPT, and that content should be added in my Google Sheets right over here so that my team can review, edit, and then finalize the content. And yes, this automation helps us to maintain a steady workflow, ensures timely delivery of content, and allows us to focus more on refining and perfecting each piece rather than starting from scratch every time. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the two contents I generated during this video with the help of my workflow and added right over here in my Google Sheets. So one content type was blog and the another one was article. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, but I'll just let you know once again that I used Pabbly Form Builder as my example application. You can use any another application which is not integrated with Pabbly Connect. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.